Hi Capricorn, welcome into your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of March 2023. I do want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading, but as we proceed, do keep in mind this is general for your month, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And I more than appreciate the love and support, the likes, the comments, and of course subscriptions to this amazing channel if you haven't done so already. But as you can see, I did pre-pull two small money and career oracles and three Tarot of Dreams, which will begin your layered spread. But before we jump into the cards, the overall message I channeled for you for your money and career, of course, for the month: major abundance, it's your time to succeed. Major abundance, it's your time to succeed. Beautiful. So I do want to jump right into the cards. We have the Gaining Abundance card, naturally. So with the overall message and this coming out, abundance flowing in for you left and right throughout the month, in the form of growth, success, for some, one if not multiple doors opening, right? Opportunities, if you will, to succeed more, to make more money, to impress more. I feel like you're showing off at certain points in the month, and this is working to your advantage. I also feel like naturally, with the big money card at the bottom of the deck over here, it's a month where the money is flowing in, and that being a true form of abundance for you, to say the very least. And this will give you the chance to sort of catch your breath, right? It'll feel like a bit of a weight off of your shoulders, if you will. But we also have taking charge and next level success over here before we mention the second one, because I do feel as if you're naturally, as a Capricorn, stepping up and taking charge, whether that's more so in the work environment, the department, or within that company. It could be through your business. I do feel like some of which are thinking about how to expand things moving forward, however that looks for you. And this is bringing you next level success. I do feel as if it's a month where you're seeing one's current day efforts throughout this month in particular, and past efforts paying off. If you're an entrepreneur or thinking about stepping into that role, you are being pushed to recognize that there's so much growth and success for you and expansion on the horizon. Now, there obviously is, either way, even if you're working one, if not multiple day-to-day jobs, and you could be running a business, working a job as well, or working, again, more than one job. But I just feel as if they're highlighting the fact that entrepreneurs need to keep one's chin held high in regards to your ability to trust your intuition along the way and see one, if not multiple businesses for oneself become super successful. Because it's easy to doubt oneself in the midst of managing one, if not multiple companies of your own, right? But I do feel like those of which who work one, if not multiple day-to-day jobs, there's a highlight on the fact that you may want to move up in that specific company. For some, I'm hearing climb the company, the corporate ladder. You may want a promotion, to go after a promotion, a pay raise. I feel as if you're being valued within that department, within that company, even if it's not per se said to you, right? Or presented to you in that way. I do feel as if there is thoughts of discussion behind closed doors in regards to you being someone of true value and worth within that field, or within that, when it comes to your position, all right? I'm hearing all that you do. But moving on to the second card, we have Beyond Talented. Beautiful. So it's a month where you're being pushed to recognize or remember how talented you truly are. And I feel like there are eyes opening up to, even some people's third eye opening up to the fact that you're just more talented than meets the eye at times. This being evident through the work they view online, or just in general, through the gaining of abundance through one, if not multiple services that you provide them, or one, if not multiple products, or a mix of what I just mentioned. But I do feel as if your helpful nature coming into play, even if at times that comes off a little bit stern or a little bit feisty, I do feel like it stems from a caring spot and way of being. But moving on to the first tarot, we have the Nine of Coins. I do feel as if you'll be surprised as to how grounded you truly feel in the midst of a very independent month for oneself, standing proud and tall in all that you accomplish and all that you have to overcome as far as obstacles and whatnot throughout this month. But even more so when it comes to the past, I do feel as if being drawn to this reading, it hasn't always been the easiest, or just in general, when it comes to the ups and downs, the twists and turns of your finances. Um, they're saying the dips and the gains. And when it comes to the same, the ups, the downs, the twists and turns, as they're showing me a roller coaster when it comes to your career. But it's this vibe that you've become stronger, wiser, more on point because of all that you've had to cope with, deal with, adjust to, right? And even come up with for oneself. And I do feel like there's a very leadership vibe about you, regardless of what you choose to be wrapped up with or not to be wrapped up with career wise throughout this month and surrounding it. But I feel like there's one, if not multiple situations for you. It feels like one for most, whether it's at home, it could be at work, it could be in regards to the future of your business. There's a sense of you needing to protect or just bring back or maintain a level of hope in regards to the future of that situation, or just, yeah, how it's meant to proceed. Because I feel like there are times where, if we're being completely honest, you doubt that something's going to go the distance or work out in your favor, even if it's quite clear that it's meant to. And you can feel it within your bones that it's there's a level of destiny wrapped up into it. But for those of which who this more pertains to your home life, where you're living, regardless of why that is, it could be you having to work from home. So that those situations being intertwined naturally. Spirit saying you have the ability to make a switch up moving forward if you so choose. Very interesting, as I almost couldn't even get that message out fully due to my roommate abruptly slamming multiple doors. I feel as if that could be something you're dealing with. It could be more so to do with who you're living with, or just certain noise factors, the energy potentially, you name it. It could be the setup. But moving right along, they're saying your independence is paying off, tied into you being just truly talented. The Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. Or the wheel, as you can see on this card. There's a sense of the wheel, they're saying rolling in your favor, churning in your favor, a sense of things just working out for you, even if there are still certain imperfections or just one or multiple situations that don't work for you at this point along your path. But there's a sense of you being pushed to recognize or ask oneself, well, then how do we take some logical, realistic steps towards something healthier or just more aligned with you at this point along your path, right? So not settle all the meanwhile, but it might be a situation where you don't have all the funds you need saved up to step into that ideal housing situation, or you may just not see that ideal job available for you, or that door open for you throughout the specific month. But Spirit's saying, realizing what you desire, or just believing in it wholeheartedly to come to be in a destined timing kind of way moving forward, that's a huge step in the right direction. All right. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of which drawn to the reading are putting themselves out there as far as applying to jobs, getting their resume out there, networking, trying to see if you can land oneself wrapped up in the right situation for oneself. But either way, there's next level success throughout this month, and in certain levels, just like we were mentioning, right? Trying to improve your money and career situations. You're taking charge, and this paying off for you all the meanwhile. But moving right along, we have the King of Swords. So this is a month where you are being viewed as bold, passionate, knowledgeable, wise, and that's not a surprise as a Capricorn. A leader, once again, somebody who, whether it's because you've been in a field for so long, a period of time, so therefore you just do something quite efficiently, and you're even able to advise others if it's part of your job, or just people starting in that company or that department, or other people who run a similar kind of business. And again, it could be part of your business to help other people, but it feels like you have a voice of importance, and this is being reminded to oneself throughout the month. I do feel as if you're gaining new knowledge all the meanwhile. There's going to be multiple moments throughout the month where you're going to have to tap into your innate ability to tap into naturally that leader, that teacher role. But as I do say in my readings from time to time, there's moments throughout the month where you will have to tap into and be one with the student role. When somebody has something of importance to teach you, whether it's an authority figure, it could be when it comes to training or refreshing of knowledge, when it comes to, spiritual teaching, or just another service that you acquire to benefit the future of your career or just your finances. Yeah, tapping into that and being one with that student role is going to benefit you greatly. But it feels like the teacher role, the leader role, is more common throughout the month. All right, let's move on forward. I'm now getting the vibe from this and the Nine of Coins of creative solutions. Sorry if my voice is a bit shaky. The abrupt noise did, the energy, if you will, did affect me. I feel like that's coming out for a reason. But you will have to come up with certain creative solutions at certain points, but you'll do so like that. All right. Spirit's saying we're not concerned. But I do feel like in the midst of you getting things done throughout the month, feeling for the most part it's quite busy, some of which might find that you do have a nice work-life balance in comparison to the past, but it still feels like a lot either way. You might find that certain emotions do pop up, okay? And Spirit's saying don't allow it to get the best of you and don't allow it to negatively affect the quality of your work. But for some of which it might be your empathic abilities, your spirituality, both. It might be just the way a situation is run or just how something's affecting you. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, okay, for some it's like the success has been a long time coming. And so a little bit of emotion might stem from that, float to the surface. But I do feel like you needing to take care of oneself outside of whatever you're trying to accomplish for your career. However, you're trying to make your money all the meanwhile so that you can just feel refreshed for the next work day or the next work week, right? To not feel as depleted as you would have otherwise. But we're not going to take that. They're saying fill up your own cup. The moon card, so again, speaking upon emotion, but I do feel like you are being viewed as a bit of a mystery in certain ways. The King of Coins, beautiful. We'll put this right here because I do feel like it's a month where in certain ways you will feel more grounded than expected, but being viewed as someone who's quite confident in their ability to get the job done, to see oneself quite successful moving forward, even if there are certain small moments of doubt or fear or concern that lie within. Don't allow anybody else's judgments or concerns or fears, even in regards to their own situation, or with yours, to alter your confidence moving forward, okay? It feels like you're being viewed as a pillar of success, and so you need to just embody that more so moving forward, because it's a month, once again, where you're receiving major abundance in a multitude of ways, multitude of forms, if you will, and this is feeling quite gratifying, but it just feels like it's interesting we have 2 swords and then 2 coin cards with the wheel in the middle. Again, a sense of the wheel turning in your favor and being reminded with the 4 of swords, you deserve the time to rest occasionally, right? If you have the time to take a nap, do so, right? It'll benefit whatever you're trying to accomplish moving forward, regardless of what time period that looks like for you. And I also feel like you're being reminded everything will get accomplished when it's meant to, period. Even if there's certain delays or just frustrations, I feel like it reminds me of when I have to attempt a reading multiple times, and it ends up being exactly how it's meant to in the end, even with certain imperfections. But I do feel like you're being reminded you're protected when it comes to the future of your business, your project, your job, right? Your career in general. When it comes to the future of your finances, they're saying we have your back, even if you're spiritually messed with. And I do feel like you'll feel this in certain ways. You might even get certain synchronicities, the money flowing in, the success coming to be, even in the midst of certain imperfections. Once again, it will remind you to catch your breath, take a deep breath, shake off the nerves if need be, and just do what you got to do in a balanced, mature manner. And you'll see oneself coming out the other end feeling like a star, okay, in your own individual way. The 2 of Wands, there are thoughts of what you don't have yet. Could be more money that you need, could be that ideal situation, it could be more success. I am getting a vibe of you just needing to trust your path if you look at that imagery, even if it doesn't feel perfect, because I guarantee it won't. But I do feel as if there are thoughts of where you're meant to be moving forward, but Spirit's saying there is a reminder that you are where you are at this point along your path for more than one reason. So you need to trust that. Even if it's meant to be replaced by a different situation or you're meant to move towards something different, when the time is right for you. All right, you'll feel that intuitively when the time comes. Let's pull one more for the top. So I feel like in the midst of this month, you're being reminded, whether it's what you're wrapped up with, who you're wrapped up with throughout the month, what's not meant for you, who's not meant for you. Could be more so what you have at hand throughout this month in comparison to past tower moments, right? What was left behind, what didn't work out, what even potentially left you a bit disappointed. But I do feel like Spirit's saying there's financial and career success ahead for you. So, yeah, don't fret. Do not fret. The Ten of Cups, beautiful. So I feel like this has come up in your readings before. There's thoughts of where you would feel more comfortable, where you can succeed the most, especially if you work from home. Your home situation is beyond important for the comfort of your well-being and the quality of your work, the future of whatever it is for you that you're working towards and succeeding at. But I do feel like some of which are just simply thinking about, even if you don't work from home, where do I want to live, right? What does my ideal housing situation look like? Some of which it being a legit house, and I feel like, or it could be a condo or an apartment. But I do feel like this is coming to be when it's meant to moving forward, so just trust that. But I also feel like this is speaking upon the future of your career, where you run your business. It could be a new office location or just that perfect position for oneself. And Spirit's saying that will come to be once again, that door of golden opportunity will open when it's meant to. And I feel like you're deserving of the best. Just remember that. I also just heard you have the answers within. You know what to do moving forward, even if you question that or don't fully feel that in the moment or at certain points throughout the month. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is a month where you find oneself researching or investigating, looking into, brainstorming, fantasizing in regards to one, if not multiple, ideal situations for oneself. But I do feel like when it comes to your home life, when it comes to where you work, even, again, those could be intertwined. Cleanse your energy. All right. I've had to re-cleanse my energy several times for your reading because I feel like things are affecting you. But don't allow for oneself within your mind, your heart, your soul to, in that sense, to negatively affect your overall well-being and confidence once again for your future. Because it feels like being topped off, the Ten of Cups highlighting the fact that you deserve and will gain this perfect home life, this perfect new investment in another sense, if that's what it is for you, this perfect career success, financial success, right? That perfect work situation for you individually. And Spirit saying you have the ability to manifest at this point along your path. And it's this feeling that things are going to start to fall into place for you as the month unravels. And so you need to wholeheartedly be one with that and accept that you don't need to accept what is not right for you in the long run, period. Right? You deserve that ultimate comfort. You deserve that ultimate success. And some of which might find that a switch up moving forward in the upcoming months will help you save money more so. All right? Being a Capricorn, you naturally desire that stability, that groundedness, that structure, but that expected comfort of money, that stability moving forward, right? And so I feel like that's going to be reminded to oneself throughout this month in general. But this is a month where through your independence, through the wheel turning in your favor, and being one knowledgeable, mature, responsible individual, one again who knows what they're doing and has the answers within, you're gaining this major abundance. It's your time to simply succeed. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your month, and I'll see you next time.